Hey, I'm Joey Molinaro, and here's what you missed this week in sports. Well, the Colts may not have had a lot of luck this year, but they still have 4 representatives at this weekend's Pro Bowl in Orlando. Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, Darius Leonard, and Jack Doyle will all get to show off their skills in the NFL's annual game of two-hand touch. Wednesday was the league's Pro Bowl skills showdown, or as every NFL fan calls it, please don't get hurt for the love of God. It featured the Gridiron Gauntlet presented by Castrol Edge, Precision Passing presented by Skittles, and the newest event, Dad Swag, presented by Levi's. This is where each participant is given dad clothes and has to make themselves look cool for a pre-game fit. My pick for this has to be Big Q Quentin Nelson. Check this out. The jeans and cowskin leather jacket scream dad, but what does it for me is the tennis shoes he's had for 7 years that say, yeah, I cut grass in these boys. Las Vegas will host the 2020 NFL Draft coming up in April. Nothing says we care about our players like hosting the biggest night of their life in a place literally named after sin. The league announced that the red carpet on draft night will be on the water at the fountains of the Bellagio, and the draft picks will be taken to the stage by boat. On each boat will be cameras, team official hats, and girls in one-piece swimsuits wearing high heels. This is like each player's professional bachelor party. It's perfectly Vegas. When the draft eventually comes to Indy, I say we take the new draftees, get them to the stage via a 2-seater Indy car. Just strap them up back there. They say the NFL is a different level of speed. No better way to get introduced to that speed than by going 220 miles an hour. Right now, the Colts are slated to draft 13th overall in Vegas this April. NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah released his first mock draft, and he has Chris Ballard taking Utah State quarterback Jordan Love. All I can think about is that local TV reporters salivating at the potential puns that they could use in their stories if he is the pick. Like this. The Colts have fallen in love. And by that, I mean Jordan Love. Or maybe, we accept the love we think we deserve. For Chris Ballard and the Colts, that love is Jordan, and he plays quarterback. Or maybe, in a choice between Love and From, choose Love. Chris Ballard did in fact choose Love. Jordan Love. Look, I don't know if Love will be the guy, but if he is, then at least there's some excitement going into next year. It's like in high school, when you dated the same girl for 3 years, senior year comes around, you don't know if that late bloomer in study hall is going to be your wife, but at least it feels like you're living again. So in April, if Ballard does go that route, remember to choose Love. Before we wrap up, here's a few other rapid-fire stories you might have missed this week. Butler introduced its newest Bulldog mascot. He's a 12-week-old English Bulldog and the only reason you might get your wife to go to a Butler game this season. An arrest warrant has been put out for SoundCloud rapper and former Patriots wide receiver Antonio Brown, which isn't too bad because even if he does go to jail, he'd still be more free than playing for Bill Belichick. Speaking of Bill Belichick, the Patriots' manager of video production and head coach was seen at the Senior Bowl this week wearing a visor that said 8 rings on it. When asked about it, he took it off and said, and I would have had more if it wouldn't have been for that meddling Eli Manning. And finally, it was announced on Wednesday that Texans defensive end J.J. Watt will host next weekend's episode of Saturday Night Live. He'll be the first host to be mic'd up throughout the duration of the show, while also featuring behind-the-scenes shots of him broadcast live on ESPN, just like those sideline cameras. For 107.5 The Fan, I'm Joey Molinaro saying until next time, so long everybody.